Good morning. It is February 2nd, 2024, and today is day 24 of the legislative session. So by this point next week, we are going to hit the halfway point. A lot of action happened at the state capitol this week. A lot of good things have continued to move forward, and there's been a lot of success in slowing down some problematic ideas. We'll talk about that in a minute. This was an exciting week at the Capitol because on Tuesday was WVU Day, and on Wednesday it was Marshall Day. So it was great to see both universities down at the Capitol with faculty, students, administration, and just showcasing everything they do to help move West Virginia forward and help drive our economy. On Tuesday, the entire chamber team was wearing blue and gold, and we got our photo taken with the Mountaineer and President Gee. And on Wednesday, it was everybody on the chamber team was wearing green, and we had our photo taken with President Smith and Marco. So just an exciting week all around. Yesterday morning, the House Senior Children and Family Issues Committee took up two top priority bills for the West Virginia Chamber. Those were House Bill 5051 and House Bill 5052. Now, these are the tax credit bills designed to incentivize businesses to start childcare facilities in West Virginia. House Bill 5051 would be a new tax credit. And essentially, if a business operates a childcare facility, it would provide a 100% credit on the operating costs for that facility. This is designed to really incentivize businesses to start and operate these facilities and enable people to get back into the workforce. The costs and the availability are keeping a lot of people in West Virginia from being able to work. And we're trying to solve that problem here and enable more people to have the opportunity to go back to work, incentivize more businesses to choose West Virginia and have a workforce here. So we were very excited to see that bill pass out of that committee. The other bill they took up was House Bill 5052, also a chamber priority bill. Now, this one takes existing law that was passed in 2022 and expands the tax credit for starting a child care facility from 50% to 100%. And that tax credit would be taken over 5 years. The startup tax credit the startup tax credit actually is available for everything but land acquisition. Now, assuming House Bill 5051 passes and 5052, which is already law but expands that tax credit, a business would have the choice of if they start a daycare facility or if they're operating a daycare facility of which tax credit mechanism to use. We're trying to get more opportunity for businesses to get in this space, and it is a workforce issue. That is what is driving this and the ability to attract and retain workers. And also, it is solving a major problem in West Virginia in that we have a serious lack of affordable, high quality, and available childcare. So we were very excited to see both of those bills pass that committee. They're now headed to the House Finance Committee, so we're already working in that space to try to get them out of there and then hopefully to the floor where we can then get them to the Senate. So really great progress on two absolute top priorities for the West Virginia Chamber. Another bill I want to talk to you about is House Bill 4759. This is a bill that passed out of the House of Delegates in very fast speed last week, and it's now in the Senate. And it requires employers to use E-Verify to check the legal status of workers. This bill, as we have been really studying and learning more about it, has a lot of problems in it. We have been working very closely with the Associated Builders and Contractors on this, but that coalition is now growing and it's growing very fast in people that are seeing the problems with House Bill 4759. Let me go ahead and give just a quick rundown, if you will. Current law in West Virginia is very explicit that you may not hire an illegal or undocumented worker in this state, and there are strict penalties for doing so. The West Virginia Chamber is not disputing that. That is not part of this bill. But this bill would require every employer to utilize E-Verify, which is a federal system. The problems come into place is that it drastically changes and enhances the penalties, and that those violations are not clear whether it is from hiring an undocumented or illegal worker or just failing to use E-Verify in the very short time frame that is specified. Currently, the bill says that you have to use E-Verify within the first 3 days of their employment, except that if they work less than 3 days, then you have to use that E-Verify on day one. Well, that's a major problem for a lot of businesses because I'm sure, as you out there know, you've hired people who you thought would be a great fit and they quit by lunchtime. If you didn't get that E-Verify done, you violated the law under what this bill would envision. We have really raised our concerns with the state Senate. That bill has now been double referenced and it has been slowed down. And we have been involved in a number of discussions. we are looking at this bill very closely. We want to go ahead and make sure that they understand the true consequences if it were to pass. So we do have to go ahead and give kudos to Senate leadership. They heard our concerns and immediately went ahead, gave the bill a double reference, and said, "Hold on, we've got to figure this out. We've got to hear from everybody and make sure that we don't do something that creates a lot of unintended consequences." So that's a bill that we continue to work very, very closely as it's causing us a lot of concern. Those are just some of the big things that have been happening at the Capitol this week. I'm going to check back in next week with you all just to give another update on what's going on. As always, you can reach me at bdayton@wvchamber.com. We are working very hard on behalf of our members, but we need to hear from you. What's concerning you? What do you like? What do you dislike? That's all very important information for us to hear. Again, thank you for your continued support of the West Virginia Chamber of Commerce, and have a great weekend. Thank you.